I don't know how to start a video, but I'm Hootless, and this is Stardew Valley 2 years, 25 million, episode 13, probably. Some of you may have noticed that I didn't put up a video yesterday, and that's just because I decided to take a day off. I'm probably going to start taking Sundays off in general for video uploading, just so that I don't get burned out on the whole process, because I have been doing this for like, what, 2 months now? Uploading at least one video every day, and, you know, everything, you gotta do everything in bits. You can't do everything all at once all the time. You gotta take breaks sometimes. So, Sundays, I'm gonna take off from videos now. Still videos every other day of the week, probably. But, yeah, that's where we stand there. We get another starfruit harvest. Unfortunately, I do have to sell a majority of, well, not a majority, but, you know, we have to sell some of these in order to get enough money to buy seeds. I don't want to be doing that, but I have to, unfortunately, just because that first harvest we needed money to buy starfruits and we didn't have money. It is unfortunate, but the alternative is waiting until the wine produces, and we don't have enough time to do that, so I'm just not going to do that. I might have to try this challenge over again, but if I do, I'll take a break between, you know, the end of this series and the start of the retry. But I'd probably start over from the first day of the first year and sort of work on keg production throughout all of the first year and getting oak resin non-stop. And, you know, just in general getting the tree orchard up and running a lot quicker so that I'm have a longer time to get oak resin during. And I think in general that would probably help a lot towards getting this challenge done successfully. The other thing I would do is I would probably work more on just getting the sprinklers set up early and the kegs and everything, and just sort of preparing for this the second year earlier. And if we can't make the challenge this way, I'm pretty confident that if we started over with 25 million by the end of year 2 in mind, then we could almost certainly make it. I would have a lot more time to get everything prepared. For example, in the 1 year 1 million challenge, which is what this continued off of course, I pretty much just stopped doing any work once I hit, like, what, the 20th of fall or so? And even before then, I wasn't really doing a whole lot. So I think that if I did this over, I probably wouldn't stop doing that. It would just be, you know, consistently collecting resources that I need from a lot earlier, because I would know. I of course didn't know when I was going through that series, or when I finished it even, that I would be doing this series. So if I could do it over with this in mind, I'd be able to get, for example, all the clay a lot sooner. I'd set up a larger orchard to go throughout the first year, just collecting hundreds of oak resin basically, and that would be my strategy there. That would solve the entire problem of having not enough oak resin. I would probably go a lot harder on crops, sort of set things up better so that I could make more money in the first year and then the first part of the second year, just so that I have enough money for all the starfruits so that I don't have to sell them and I can make everything into wine right away. So if I did those preparatory steps, I could probably guaranteed make it. As it is, though, it'll be a lot closer. I think we can still make it. We do set up a few kegs here, and I start, like, putting starfruits into kegs. It's also kind of annoying because it took so long to get it in the other series, but also, you know, it's whatever. I guess we can sell it anyways. But all the cloth I'm getting from fishing and then refining the newspapers. If you guys remember, or if you haven't seen my Stardrops series, or not Stardrops, Community Center in 1 year series, one of the things that we were trying to get for the longest time was cloth from, like, to complete one of the bundles. And we must have refined like 50 soggy newspapers into whatever. Like, we put 50 soggy newspapers into the recycling machine, and we only got like one cloth out of that entire batch. Whereas on this one, we've put in like 40-ish maybe, and gotten 8 cloth. So, I don't know, kind of ridiculous. It's completely fine, of course, because, you know, we can sell it, and it actually sells for a decent amount of money, like over 500 gold a piece, I think, like 550 or something like that. So it's pretty good. I imagine that would probably be a good source of money, actually, if you took the time to get the sheep and, like, tended to them every time, and then, you know, of course, turn their wool into cloth. I don't think it would be worth getting the perk that makes sheep yield wool faster, just to do that, because you'd probably get way more money out of Artisan. Unless you were growing no crops at all, of course, in which case you could. But if your goal is money making, then always go with crops over animals, because there's no scenario where animals would yield more money than crops. I just don't think it's possible that they could do it, unless you filled up your entire field with barns. So basically, that's how that works for the perk system. If you're going to be not growing any crops, or at least not growing crops for money, and you're doing animals for money, take the animal perk. If you aren't doing specifically a strategy based around animals, then never, ever get that perk. Because Artisan, or even Agriculturist, will always be more worth it. And even then, I think almost all of the time, Artisan's gonna be better than Agriculturist. Sometimes it could be conceivable, like if you're doing a strategy where you specifically don't use kegs, then Agriculturist could be better. But again, if you're trying to make money, it's better to just take Artisan and use kegs, because kegs produce so much more money. So that's basically mini rant about perks for whatever reason. We're coming up on the end of the video here, though, so just gonna finish planting these seeds. I hope you guys are all enjoying the series. Again, sorry for the lack of a video yesterday, but I'm gonna start taking breaks on Sundays. If you guys are enjoying the series, leave a like, leave a comment. If you'd like to see more of this series or any other videos that I put out, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time.